Hi, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. Welcome to the channel where I share junk journaling and art journaling projects and ideas. So I am calling this the Rainy Day Junk Journal Kit. And what happened was, gosh, I think this was quite a while ago. It could have been a year ago. I started to collect things in my stash. Beautiful book pages, the birds, the mushrooms, some ledger paper, and a whole bunch of goodies, and I tucked it away. I put a lot of them in this little sleeve on the top right. Also, here's some recent packing paper I just pulled out too for some little sketches that we will do also in today's video. So more on that to come. And then of course I'm pulling out some of my favorite pens to use now, my scissors, and my glue stick, sort of the standard stuff. But the idea behind this rainy day, have you heard this before? Is it just an old New England saying? I don't know, save it for a rainy day. Was that all of these goodies I didn't use in other projects had still kicking around, that maybe altogether they would make a fun little journal. So as I looked at what did I really want to do this fall, I dug this out from my stash and decided, yeah, this will be the one. Very neutral palette. So if you ever are at a point where you're cleaning your stash or sorting your stash, I think it's sort of a fun idea to collect. Maybe you've started a cover or just a whole bunch of bits and pieces that you're noticing would go well together, and maybe put them in a plastic bag or some box or something. And then when you're looking for your very next journal, you'll have a little kit to start you off. So that, friends, is my tip, the rainy day journal kit. Definitely came in handy for me. And right now, the way I'm starting this off, I'm not sure I'm gonna totally stick with this or not, but the main idea is to leave this as a no-sew journal, one signature currently, and just folded up the book pages, all different sizes. Simply had fun shopping my own stash. And because it's no-sew, I can pull pages in and out as I go. So we'll see what September holds for this cute new journal. And I would love to know if you've ever done something like this, if it's something that you found was really helpful to you, or you just simply like the idea. Let me know in the comments below. Moving on to this cute little sketch, which I had to change pens pretty much right away. That Micron was definitely dried out, to this Uniball black pen. I'm going to start doing, I think, this fall, some more little doodles and nature sketching. I was very much inspired by some summer nature sketching that I've done in the field guides that Gina over at Stellar J Studio got going, and I was making my own. And I thought, let's just pull some of this excess packing paper that we all get, right, in our boxes, all that packaging that comes through the mail, and use that for some simple nature sketches. So on the left-hand side, I'm using this for inspiration, that beautiful book page. And I'm also enjoying a cup of coffee out here on my porch. And from the window, I can see this sweet little cedar tree that my husband planted, I think a couple years ago, actually. I love looking at it over morning coffee. And in our neck of the woods, you'll see squirrels, tons of birds. The other day we had a lot of robins. We'll get the sparrows. We'll start to see some of the goldfinches too. We have a lot of different spruce trees and then of course we have oak and maple, and those leaves will be turning really soon. So yeah, just a little bit of nature journaling added to the regular memory keeping that I do. I usually journal a few times a week, and I tuck in notes just about everyday things that are happening. So I thought it would be really enjoyable to add some of these little sketches here and there. Okay, there we go. Our little cedar tree. I love that little tree. It makes me happy when I drink my morning coffee and look outside. Not sure where to put it yet, but we're figuring this journal out. Gonna slide these pages out just a little bit. So I think a lot of them I'm still gonna glue together, add some washi tape. This headband is a regular headband that you might wear in your hair. So when I say headband, I really do mean that. And then this is the paper envelope Amazon packaging. And I sort of trimmed that down, glued the fabric down, ran it under the sewing machine just around the edges there, and did a little bit of light stenciling of a fern on the front. Okay, the beginning of some nature sketching and the fall journal. So now, based on a lot of the summer fun I had doing the splatter painting, if you saw in the last video too, and the spin art, oh my goodness, that was so messy and so much fun out in the yard. I decided to do these cut paper collage printables, and then I also added some of these fun doodle leaves, and these are all absolutely free this fall in my Ko-fi app. I leave them up usually at least for a few months, sometimes longer. So definitely in September and October. And I'll leave the link below. You can click on that. I hope that if you're interested, you'll enjoy them in your journals too. So I cut them out. These I thought I could color. I've been also playing with some colored pencils. You'll see that in a couple minutes. I've been doing some swatching. So I thought some doodle leaves would be fun. Keep those in this sweet little bag. And I cut out some of the smaller bits here, the spin art leaves. I love the bright green. And then the splatter art lettering and leaves. We have so many acorns, friends. I did some oak leaves in the little printables. They are huge. And when they drop, they are noisy. So maybe I'll do some acorn sketching. I don't know. And this, I used a little bit of this old quick stick in gold for a little bit of mark making in and around the little pockets and labels. And on this open envelope, I simply folded a book page. I wanted to see the beautiful mushroom though. So I left it open-ended. Well, I don't know if that makes sense actually. It's open in the back. There's no real flap, so to speak. It's just a little pocket sort of thing. And then I wanted to see the image in the front. So anyways, that's a little envelope I made for the bigger bits and pieces of the printables. But I thought that would be fun, maybe putting fall on that pumpkin. And then this one was a big surprise to me. When I splattered the paint, I had no idea. Look at the image on the bottom right. There is a black cat, friends. I had no idea that, look at that blob of paint. Yep, a Halloween cat. I love that. You never know what will happen when you splatter paint all over the place. So fall fun. I am loving cut paper collage. I am excited about more sketching. So yeah, let me know please what you're doing this fall, if that is the season in this part of the world you're in, maybe in another part of the world, but for us here in the US and particularly in New England, in the East Coast here, we are experiencing the really gorgeous season of fall. Leaves haven't changed much yet, but you can start to see the signs. Oh yeah, and this little pocket here on the left that I'm keeping things in, just made one right now, is a manila envelope. You probably, I'm sure could tell that. And then I folded it over so there was a little tuck spot in the front on the left, and then it was a bigger pocket so I could put in that book page envelope there. I think that's gonna work, and I use a little Fabri-Tac to get that stuck down. Gluing some of the book pages so I have a bit of a title page. And now I'm going to keep these little bags with the printables over here on the left. And I think that's going to be a really fun start to the fall journal. We'll see what happens. I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep it a no-sew or not, but keep you posted on that. Okay, so let's jump into the little bit of journaling I've done over the last few days. Some memory keeping. I just jotted some notes on that ledger paper. There's our little cedar tree got down there. Did make out of some packaging a little cut paper collage of another cedar tree. I guess I'm obsessed. And cut a little slot in the time card. Did more journaling actually on the computer and tuck that in there. And then I've done a lot of swatching because I want to play with more color pencils. And I grabbed this inexpensive set, about $20. It's Faber-Castell. But the deal with this set is it's supposed to be better on black and the darker papers, the darker cardstock. Here's a pretty yellow. And I don't know, friends, it seems to me that it works well, but I don't know if it's, I haven't used it a lot on black yet, so I don't know if it's living up to its name yet or not, but I'll let you know. And I did on the top there swatch some different color pencils to kind of compare. Those are some Dragon, I think Dragon 4000 or Black Widow pencils. I don't know. I'm pulling out the color pencils for some fall coloring and experiments. I thought that would work out with the little doodle kind of coloring page letters I made. Yeah, and just inspired by all of these beautiful nature book pages, and again, just checking out what's in my area and what's in the yard. It's a great time to take a fall drive. That sweet little cedar tree. And that is the start of some fall journaling. So I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying your journaling. Again, I would love to know what you're doing if you use the printables, how you feel about sewing or non-sewing journals. All the goodies, right? So happy journaling to you. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.